Assalamu alaikum and dzień dobry, everyone. I decided to come on today because my state, or some politicians in my state, want to follow Arizona's lead and make it easy for police to randomly stop people and demand proof of citizenship. This could be abused, and I suspect that it will be in Arizona if it actually goes through, if it doesn't get stopped by any court challenges. But this is my take on it. I have been raised by parents who were both U.S. citizens. Their parents were. My ancestors, at least on the Polish side, came over in 1849. As far as my dad's side, well, he was a mixed breed, so to speak. But I'm sure they came over in the 1800s too. But nevertheless, me being a natural-born American citizen, I am concerned. I had one person ask me where I came from. She's another Muslim, a hijabi, and she assumed that I was an immigrant, but I told her, no, I live on the east side. The east side of the river, that is. The Des Moines River divides the city east and west, so that's what I refer to as the east side, because I live on the east side of the river. But anyway, if that is enacted here, what could stop the police from picking on anyone, not just Hispanics, who are, I'm assuming, are the main targets of this, but any immigrant or anyone who may appear to be? Muslims could be picked on. Even converts like me. Could it happen that I could be walking on the street to or from a bus stop, or coming out of a store, or coming to a building where my bank is, and a police officer, if empowered by this law, if it comes here to Iowa, what could stop that person from demanding proof of citizenship? And what if I do not have my non-driver ID on me? I do not carry my birth certificate. I don't want it to get lost or damaged. I want it to be protected. Because there are only 2 copies of it here in Iowa, mine and my mom's, and my mom will probably take her copy when she goes back down to Arkansas later. But if I do not have an ID, or for some reason, if I travel to Arizona and I get stopped by a police officer and I do not have an ID on me, could I be deported? Could I lose my citizenship? I do not want to lose my citizenship. I do not want to be arrested for something that I did not do. I mean, I already watch cops go by to make sure that they're not going to turn around and stop me for some reason. I mean, I don't drive, so I can't be arrested for any traffic violations other than jaywalking, which I do, by the way, although I shouldn't, but I do it anyway. I don't want to get into trouble with the law for something that, I didn't do. But who's to say that this cannot happen here? What can we do about it? How can we promote the kind of immigration reform that will actually solve the problem of illegal immigration? To me, randomly busting people just because they don't have a card or a piece of paper on them, that's not going to solve the problem. Innocents could get deported. That's something I do not want to see happen. So we got to do something. I don't know what, other than pray to Allah that it doesn't get abused. You know, we have rights. You know, Muslims are people too, and we need to protect our rights. So, just a little something to think about. And sorry about the noise in the background. I have a Farmville up, but the only sound that it wouldn't silence would be my pigeons that I have on my farm in Farmville. It's a game on Facebook. But well, that's it for now, and I'll come back with something later. Who knows what? And assalamu alaikum, do widzenia, and miasra.